Ousmane Dembélé said that at 2-0, your team took it a bit easy at that point. Do you take that point on board? It's a match that met the expectations that we had and that we'd prepared for. We didn't speculate in advance and scored 2 goals with really good counter-attacks, managing to find space that they left for us. Of course, we're a team that plays well, attacks well against the low block, but even better when there's space. So it was a really exceptional start to the match. But at the end of the first half, I wasn't happy, and we were playing in a way that wasn't fitting to the level of the Champions League. We conceded a goal that was almost a childish error and allowed Villa back into the game. Then there were the 2 goals conceded in the second half, and we start to really have some hard moments. We were really suffering, and Villa had the chances to equalise. But after that, this was a competition we nearly went out of. We came back into the Champions League and have improved so much. So I'm just delighted to be in the semi-finals for the 2nd year running, and that's something really positive to take out of the match, and it's going to make us really improve as well. And above all, I'm delighted with the result. Do you think that you're stronger this year than last year in semi-final? And do you have a preferred opponent between Arsenal and Real? No, I don't have any preference for the semi-final tomorrow. I'm just going to really enjoy the match with a dinner and a beer at home, to try to watch 2 matches at the same time, and we'll see whether it's an English team or a Spanish team waiting in the semi-final, but both of those would be really special matches. How is it to watch a match like that from the bench? You can't affect the match, of course, in reality. And Paris losing those two goals, did you feel like you could be knocked out? No, I didn't think that we'd be knocked out at any moment because Villa never managed to equalise the tie. But for 10 minutes, we really suffered. Wondered whether we could keep the ball. Whether we'd be able to get the ball out of midfield, or whether we'd have to play long. And I don't think this team has been so dominated by another team in that way. But the opponent to this opponent has to take risks because they're going out of the competition. So it was really they attacked with a lot of intensity. We were in front of a great crowd as well. But it's moments like this that makes our team better and will improve with the experience. On the positive side, even though there were difficult moments, you've qualified for the semi-final. What's happened this evening, is it going to be useful? Is it going to make you stronger and to not fall in such difficulties again? Of course, that's the objective, we hope. But it's not just Paris Saint-Germain playing. There's 4 teams that are going to be left in the competition, and we're not on our own. We can't just go out and play our game. The opponent can be better, can be more aggressive sometime. And over the 2 matches, the second match was particularly difficult, and we did lose control in the first half, and that's what let Villa back into the game at the end of the first half. The midfielders always keep control of the game and keep control of the rhythm, but why in this match this evening those midfielders weren't able to do that? So the question is that usually PSG is very stable in midfield and defence and giving rhythm, but why this evening was there a defect in that area? I don't agree with that. The match was successful for our front and reinforces the idea that we have to put in place our game all over the pitch at 2-0. We nearly had Villa on the canvas, but at that point, we went into a point in the game where perhaps it became too easy, perhaps there was overconfidence, and you can't play like that in that sort of competition. It gave Villa a chance, and and that's a team who had nothing to lose. They were ready to take a risk. The goal by Villa at the end of the first half gives Villa a way back into the game. They're a very strong team, particularly in the air, corners, and at every corner they were sending balls into our box. And of course, that's not our game. We're a smaller team, and that's not our favourite aspect of the game. We're better with the ball on the floor, and so we did suffer. But it's positive that we managed to overcome that. The end of the game was better from my perspective, and ultimately, I take a lot of positives from this game. This match is one that means that your team improves. And what did you learn from your players this evening? And what do you hope that they have learned for the future? Of course, we're one of the youngest teams in this competition from the beginning of this competition, but we're mature enough to come back into games when matches are going against us, such as against Liverpool, such as against Man City at home, and we're also capable to defend with real strength against intense attacks. I think that it was difficult tonight. We ran a lot more than usual in defence, but this helps us as it's an experience. It wasn't a match made for us. We're not made to defend like that. We prefer to defend further from our goal. So we're really going to lots to learn from this match, lots to improve. What did you think of Donnarumma this evening, who really saved you from a disappointing result? Like the rest of the team, sensational.